Good American Family Review: The Strange Case of Natalia Grace. There remains unending interest in the bizarre story of Natalia Grace, a Ukrainian girl adopted by an American family who then claimed she was actually an adult. The saga starts in 2010, but a similar tale had already been told in 2009's Orphan, a horror film hinged on a similar twist, itself inspired by the real case of the Estonian imposter Barbara Skrylov. It's the ghoulish stuff of nightmare, shocking enough to turn Orphan into an unlikely franchise. The second was released in 2022, the third now in the works, and Grace into a tabloid sensation and easily vilified hate figure. But the luridpeople.com headlines only told half of the story, or barely a third as it turns out, an unfolding series of revelations soon starting to show that things were not what they appeared to be. After a popular, and even more revelatory, docuseries, we now have the inevitable narrative version, the long read to documentary to limited series pipeline remaining robust. But how to tell a story when no one involved is willing to agree on what actually happened? In Hulu's efficiently watchable 8-parter Good American Family, the fair and sunny writer Katie Robbins decides upon a structure that allows for competing perspectives and a shifting timeline. It's something that might have seemed bold and unconventional a few years back, but it's now become rather commonplace. Most series now picking and playing with time and viewpoint, often to the point of maddening confusion. It's more straightforward and less gimmicky here, and allows for a great, darkly funny opening scene as the pristine God-first mom Christine Barnett, Ellen Pompeo, gives a speech on perfect parenting as police descend to arrest her for child endangerment. Throughout the series, there's a neat spewering of smug momfluencer culture, gleefully exposing the rot that lies underneath, something that's been front and center with recent docs on the Stoffers and the Franks. We then rewind to see how Christine had originally found her footing in the industry, as the mother of an autistic son who had used her own intuition to get him the help he needed, an irresistible feel-good story. But together with her husband, Mark Duplass, she still feels the ache of something missing, 3 sons that need a sister, who arrives in the form of the Ukrainian 7-year-old Natalia, Imogen Faith Reed, skilled at switching between bad and good, as well as old and young, who was born with a form of dwarfism. Something didn't align with her previous adopted family, and the Barnetts fill in fast, transforming their life for a new daughter. Red flags start flying early: unpaid medical bills, a shady agency, odd behavior, until Christine starts to feel threatened by Natalia, convinced there's something more nefarious going on. Unless one knows the details of the Grace case, it's best to go in as blind as possible. The show a twisting test of allegiance that challenges who you believe and why you might believe them. As Natalia goes from antagonist to protagonist, it's no spoiler to say that, despite characters making reference to it, this is not a simple rehash of Orphan. It's part thriller and satire, but mostly a crime drama, and there's a simple pull to its he said, she said storytelling, propelling one quite easily into watching the next episode. Yet there's also an anonymous simplicity to its visual aesthetic too, the direction a little too plain for a story so wild. We're urged to feel big emotions, shock, anger, repulsion, but we're left to settle for medium.